Good morning, students. In previous class, we have studied two topics, that is partners capital account and remuneration to partners, and how these will deal while preparing accounts for partnership firm. Now the next topic we are going to cover in today's class are interest on partners capital, and the next topic second topic is interest on partners drawing. So we are going to start the first point, that is interest on partners capital and how it is computed. First, let's do some theoretical, then we will move to numerical question. Here is interest on capital is allowed to compensate a partner for contributing capital to the firm in excess of the profit sharing ratio. It means if any partner have contributed more than the profit sharing ratio, then that partner should be compensated. For example, there are two partners whose capital are at the beginning of the year is 5 lakh and 5 lakh, and suppose the partners are X and Y. X have initial capital of 5 lakh and Y also have the capital of 5 lakh. Both have equal share 1-1. After 6 months, X introduced further capital of rupees 2 lakh to the firm. So after 6 months, the capital of X will be 7 lakh. Whereas at the same time, that is after 6 months, Y withdraws rupees 1 lakh from his capital. So after 6 months, the capital of Y will be 4 lakh. So at the beginning, the capital are 5 lakh and 5 lakh, but after 6 months, the capital of X is 7 lakh and capital of Y is 4 lakh. So here X have contributed more. So uh, because a partner is contributing more, that then that partner should be given benefit of that. So in many times, as per partnership deed, interest on partners capital is allowed to the partners, and it is also calculated as an agreed ratio which is mentioned in partnership deed. But if partnership deed is silent, then no interest will be given. Let's have example how we compute interest on capital. Example is Alok, a partner, had a capital of 5 lakh as on 1st April 2019. He introduced additional capital of rupees 2 lakh on 1st October 2019 and withdraws rupees 1 lakh on 1st Jan 2020. If interest on capital is allowed at the rate of 10% per annum, interest on capital we have to compute. Here the amount is given, but how do we compute interest on capital if accounts are closes on 31st March to 2020? So let's start with starting from 1st April. The capital is 1 lakh up to 30th September. It means for 6 months the capital of the partner is rupees 5 lakh, of which 10% interest on capital into 6 months divided by 12 half year, interest will be 25,000. Same on 1st October, the partner have introduced the capital by 2 lakh, so capital becomes 7 lakh here, and it goes up to 31st March to 31st December 2019. So capital will be 7 lakh at the rate of 10% for 3 months, that is 3 by 12. Interest will be 17,500. And on 1st Jan, the partner have withdrawn rupees 1 lakh, so capital remains as 6 lakh at the rate of 10% for 3 months, that is 3 by 12. The resultant amount is 15,000 is the interest for this period. By adding all three figures, we get the total interest which will be given to partner, that is 57,500. Reason or justification for allowing interest we have already studied. When capital when a partner has contributed to the capital, in order to compensate them we have to give it. Thereafter, there is entries there and some situations are there how to do what to do. We will do it with numerical questions. Let's take let's do another example, that is illustration 15. X and Y are partners sharing profit and loss in ratio 2:3 with capital of 2 lakh and 1 lakh respectively. Pass the journal entry or entries for distribution of profit or loss for the year ended 31st March 2020 in alternative cases. In each cases we have to make a entry. If partnership deed does not provide for interest on capital and profit for the year is 20,000. It means there is a profit of 20,000 and there is nothing mentioned as per interest on capital. So if deed is not allowing it, we will not give interest on capital to the partner. So here will be no entry for interest on capital, just this profit will be divided among the partners. Here's the entry: profit and loss account debit to P&L appropriation account, just to transfer the profit from P&L to P&L appropriation. Then whatever the amount will be divided among the partner in their ratio, that is 2:3. No other entry will be made. As far as case 2 is concerned, if a partnership deed provides, interest on capital will be at the rate of 6% and profit for the year is 15,000. So entry will be, first entry has not been made here. First of all, we will do this entry in case 2 also, that is profit and loss account debit to P&L appropriation account 15,000 and 15,000 in case 2, because profit is 15,000. After that, it is said interest on capital is allowed. So interest will be computed. Here the capitals are 2 lakh and 1 lakh. 6% of 2 lakh, that is 12,000, of 1 lakh, that is 6,000. So entry will be X capital, sorry, I have studied it as a profit, but no problem. I'm doing the question with the profit, then I will explain the case 2. Profit is P&L account debit to P&L appropriation account. Thereafter interest will be given to partner, that is P&L appropriation account debited to X capital account to Y capital account, and amount is rupees uh, 12,000 and 6,000. It is more than the profit. We will do in another question. Here is a loss. In case of loss, we do not provide any kind of appropriation to partner. If there is a loss, then we simply divide the loss among the partners from P&L account. We will not transfer it to P&L appropriation account, just divide from P&L account. So whatever will be the loss will be borne by the partner in their profit sharing ratio. Nothing is appropriated in case of loss, because in case of loss only charge items will be written off. Case 3, if partnership deed provides interest on capital at the rate of 6% and profit of year is 21,000. That's what I'm discussing with question 2. Now in case 3, we have a profit of 21,000 and interest is allowed at the rate of 6%. So in case 3, first we have to transfer the profit and loss account balance of profit to P&L appropriation account, that is 21,000. After that, interest on capital is allowed to the partner, so interest on capital account will be debited as it is expense for the firm to X capital account to Y capital account with the amount of 12,000 and 12,000, total is 18,000, and it is given to partners. So this loss will be written from P&L appropriation account because it is an appropriation of profit. So next entry for appropriation, that is profit and loss appropriation account debit to interest on capital account, so that interest on capital account can be written off. So out of 21,000, 18,000 is distributed among partners as interest on capital. Remaining 3,000 profit will be divided among the partner in their profit sharing ratio, that is 2:3, that is 1200 and 1800. I think it is clear to all. Now case 4, if partnership deed provides interest at the rate of 6% per annum as a charge of profit. Point to be noted, it is a charge on profit and profit for the year is 20,000. Since we know interest on capital is an appropriation of profit, But if question says it is a charge on profit, then we have to take it. We have to do as the question says. If it is a charge item, then it will not come in P&L appropriation account. It will be deducted from P&L account and the profit will reduce. So in case 4, the entry is interest on capital account debit to X capital account to Y capital account 12,000, 6,000 and 18,000. Since it is a charge item, so it will be written off from P&L account directly. It will not come under P&L appropriation account. So entry will be profit and loss account debited to interest on capital 18,000. We have the profit of 20,000, out of which 18,000 is written off. Now profit remains is 2,000, which will be transferred to profit and loss appropriation account. Thereafter, what will be the available profit in P&L appropriation account will be divided among the partners in their profit sharing ratio. I think it is clear to all. Now, case 5, if partnership deed provides interest on capital at the rate of 6% as a charge on profit and profit for the year is 2000. Here we know that the profit is less. So what will we do? See here. In case 5, we will allow the interest to partner because it is a charge item. After that, we will make it write off from P&L account, and we know in P&L account the balance is only 2000 and we are writing off a loss of 18,000. So there will be a 16,000 loss. So whatever will be the loss, that is 16,000 as per P&L account, will be borne by the partner in their profit sharing ratio, that is 2:3. Now case 6, if partnership deed provides for interest at the rate of 6% per annum as a charge on profit and profit is 18,000. Here if we compute the interest on capital, it will be equals to the profit. So no problem here. In illustration 6, interest will be given to partners. It is a charge, and since it is a charge, that's why it will be written off from P&L account, and no profit remains and no balance will be transferred to profit and loss appropriation account. If profit is not charged here, then first P&L account will be transferred to P&L appropriation account, and then interest on capital will be written off from P&L appropriation account. So it should be noted that in a question, if it is said that interest on capital is a charge, we will adjust according to that. Thereafter, sometimes in the question we get a capital, we get a closing balance of capital, and it should be noted that interest will always be given on capital opening balance of capital. So how we compute the opening capital? If we are making our accounts on the basis of fixed capital accounts, or if capital accounts are fixed, then we know in capital account we have 4 entries. So if we look about the format, uh, there will be 4 items only, that is balance brought down, balance carried down, drawings of capital and introduction of capital. These 4 items will appear in case of fixed capital system. So in fixed capital system, if I have the closing balance, then how to compute the opening? Closing balance, add the drawing of capital, you will get this total. If I have to compute opening, closing balance, add drawing, we will get this amount. We know both sides are equal, so here amount will also be equal. From this, if I subtract the capital introduced, I will get the opening balance. I will get the opening balance. So this is the way how we compute the opening capital in case of fixed account system. That is written here in plus minus format. Closing capital at the end plus amount withdrawal of capital minus additional capital introduced, and it comes to opening capital of the partner. and on the opening capital we will compute the interest at given rate. This is the formula we will utilize in case of fixed capital account system. When capital accounts are fluctuating, then what will we do? We will do as we have done in the previous case. We have a closing balance, no problem that. In closing balance, add if there is any share of loss, add if there is any interest on drawing, add if there is any drawing mean normal drawing, that is drawing against profit, add drawing against capital. After adding all these, you will get this total. And from this total, and this total will be equals to total of credit side, and out of this total if I subtract the salary to partner or any profit to partner or any interest on capital or any introduction of capital, what will remains? It will remains the opening balance of capital account. So in case of fluctuating system, just add all the items of debit side and subtract the item of credit side, and resultant figure will be opening balance of capital account. This is what written here in our plus minus format. Here is capital at the end of the year plus drawing of capital plus drawing against profit plus interest on drawings plus if there is a share of loss minus additional capital introduced plus salary or remuneration given to the partner plus, sorry, not plus, minus interest on capital, and if there is a profit which have been given to a partner, it should be subtracted from their total. You will get the opening balance of capital, and on this balance you will compute the interest on capital. And it should be noted that while computing interest on capital, these two values, that is drawings of capital and introduction of capital introduced, should be should also be considered, as we have done in our example just before explanation of the topic. Let's do a question on this basis. Here's the question. A, illustration 18. A and B are partners in a business, and their capital at the end, to be noted, at the end is 7 lakh and 6 lakh respectively. Calculate the opening balance, and I'm adding one thing. The interest rate of capital interest on capital is 10%. Here's a given drawing of A and B 75,000 and 50,000. B introduced capital of 1 lakh. Interest on capital credit to accounts of A and B is 15,000 and 1 lakh. Interest on drawing debited to capital account of A and B is 7,500 and 5,000. Share of profit given to each partner is 1 lakh. Then how we will compute the opening balance? As per the formula or as per the accounts, we have to take first our capital at the end. That is, in case of A, don't make two columns, in a single column you can compute it. A column and column of B, this is the closing capital of the partner. Then add all debit side items, that is drawing 75,000 for A and 50,000 for B. Same, here is interest on drawing on the debit side, 7,500 for A, 5,000 for B, and after adding these values you will get the total of debit side. From it, subtract the items which comes on credit side, that is capital introduced by the partner A. So capital introduced, A have not introduced anything, so nothing is written here, and here is the 1 lakh introduced by B. After that, interest on capital is given to partner, that is 15,000 and 10,000. So 15,000 given to partner, 10,000 given to partner should be subtracted. Then share of profit given to partner, each partner is 1 lakh. So 1 lakh and 1 lakh. These values will be subtracted from above total, and we will get the opening balance of capital of partners. Here interest on capital is already given in the question and we have subtracted it just only to compute the opening balance. Normally in the questions interest on capital is not given because we have to compute it, and opening balance is to be found out. Suppose this is an opening balance. In this case, the partner neither introduced or nor withdrawal any capital. There is a drawing, but it is a drawing against profit because for capital drawing it should be written. So on the balance of 667500, A will get the interest for whole year. Whereas for B, opening capital is 445000 and he introduced the capital of rupees 1 lakh. Since here in the question it is not given where at which point of time he have introduced the capital, so I am assuming it is introduced after the end of 6 months. So for 6 months the capital is this, and for next 6 months the capital will be by adding 1 lakh 545000, and we will compute the interest according to that. I hope it is clear. And it is here you can also compute it by the this table or this account system. Closing balance given, items on debit side, items on credit side, and this will be the balancing figure. So both methods are easy. In which you are comfortable, use that, but I recommend use plus minus format, it will be more better. Thereafter we have to come here also, we have to compute the opening capital. So try this question, and here is we have to compute interest on capital also. Let's do another illustration, that is illustration number 20. A and B started a business on 1st April 2019 with a capital of 6 lakh and 4 lakh. It means we have opening balance. During the year, A introduced 1 lakh on 1st October. They withdraw 50,000 per month against profit. And here is drawing against profit. It is known as normal drawing, and it will be only used to compute the opening balance of capital, and it will be not considered as drawing against capital to compute interest on capital. Here it is to be noted that drawing against profit will be used to compute interest on drawing, which will be covered under next topic. And if there is a drawing against capital or introduction of capital, these two terms will be deals under this, that is interest on capital. So make it is clear to all. Interest on capital is allowed at the rate of 10%. You have to compute simply for partner A and for partner B. For partner A have introduced amount on for 1st October, it means after 6 months. Starting capital is 6 lakh, so 6 lakh 10% for half year. Uh, he have done in different way. So half year, that is 1 by 2, you will get the 30,000. On 1st October, the capital of the partner will be 7 lakh because he have introduced the 1 lakh. So 7 lakh here into 6 by 12 into 1 by 2. So 6 by 12 into 10%. That is for half year. So amount will be here 35,000. What I am talking, total will be same. So you can do by both ways. For B, he have neither withdrawal nor introduce. So directly 10%, that is 40,000. This is the way how we compute interest on capitals. So I think it is clear to all. Now here in this question, illustration 22, here's the balance sheet on 31st March 2020, and during the year 2030, X drawings 10,000, Y is drawing 30,000, profit 60,000, out of which 40,000 is transferred to general reserve, which is appearing here. And what we have to do is here calculate interest on capital at the rate of 5%. We know interest on capital is computed on the opening balance, and here is the capital appearing in balance sheet on 31st March 2020. It means it is a closing balance, so we have to compute the opening one. So first of all, opening cap, how we compute the opening capital of X? It is closing capital, that is 19,000, plus drawing made during the year 10,000 here, and total is 1 lakh. After that, Out of 60,000 profit, 40,000 has been transferred. The rest is divided among the partners, and here is ratio is not mentioned. If ratio is not mentioned, then it will be equal. So out of 20,000, 10,000 will be given to A. Deduct this amount, the resultant amount will be opening capital of the partner. On the opening capital, rate of interest is 5%. You will compute the interest, that is 4500. Here is neither an introduction or nor as any withdrawal of capital. Same in case of Y also. We can easily compute. So I think it is clear to all. If partner are like here in this question, you can read the illustration 21, and the solution says closing capital, add capital withdrawal, minus capital introduced, and it is the opening capital. How it is computed? Then if we are going to compute the interest, then opening capital this much, and time when this amount is introduced or withdrawal will be adjusted while computing interest on capital. Thereafter these questions will be tried by you, and if any doubt you may ask in my comment box. Next topic is interest on partners drawing. Interest on partners drawing. Let's first clear. Drawing means amount withdrawn in cash or kind by the partner for their personal use. This is known as drawing. Drawing may be out of capital or may be against profit. If drawings are against capital, listen again, this point will deal under interest on capital. It will not deal under interest on drawing. So, in case of interest on drawing, only drawing against profit will be taken. Drawing against profit, you can read the difference, and if in doubt, you may ask. So, how we compute the interest on drawing? In case of profit, I am reading the stanza. Drawing against profit means drawing by partner against his or her expected share of profit for the year. It means some partner are not waiting to for 31st March of last year because they have to meet some personal expenses. So they are drawing some amount that if when there is a profit, it will be against that. So drawing against profit means drawing the partner against his or her expected share of profit. Drawing against profit is debited to drawing account and not to capital account. This should be noted. Okay, drawing against profit should be debited to drawing account, not to capital account. Actual share of profit of partner is known at the end of the year and is the date when it becomes due to partner. On the last date, the profit becomes due to partner. If partner withdrawn before that, since withdrawn is earlier than due date, the firm charges interest for the period amount of withdrawal by the partner. The time period for which the partner have withdrawn, the firm charges interest if it is allowed as per partnership deed. If nothing is mentioned in partnership deed, then interest on drawing will not be charged on the partners. A main thing is how we give or charge interest on drawing on partner. Let's take an example. Chavi and Neha were partners sharing profit and loss equally. Chavi withdraw a fixed amount at the beginning of each quarter. Interest is 6% per annum. At the end of the year, interest on Chavi is drawing 900. He have given interest will be 900. He is saying just make journal entry for charging interest on drawing. How it will be charged? Since it has to be taken from the partner, so it is an income for the firm, so it will be credited, that is to interest on drawing, and it is charged against to partner. So if we are following fluctuating capital account method, then entry will be Chavi's capital account debited to interest on drawing. If we are following fixed account system, then Chavi's current account debit to interest on drawing. This will be the entry. If we compute the amount, then how entry will be passed. This is the example of that. But how to compute the interest on drawing? Here the amount is given, but how to compute, we will do in next question. That is calculation of interest on drawing. How we calculate the interest on drawing? There are two types of drawings. Some partners do irregular drawings. It means drawings of same amount or different amount at irregular interval. Suppose in April he withdraw, a partner withdraw 10,000. In August he withdraw 2,000. In September he withdraw 5,000. In December he have withdrawn 9,000. So it is irregular amount. Or suppose in all the four dates which have given, or months I have given, he withdrawn 10,000 in each month. In that case the amount is not equal. He have withdrawn in suppose April, then in May, then in December. So there is no proper equal gap between two drawings. So it is known as irregular drawings. And what is regular drawings? It means drawing the same amount at regular interval. So these two types of drawings, in these two types of drawing, we will compute the interest by different methods. I think it is clear to all, irregular drawings and regular drawings. Now, for computing interest on drawings, I'm using this another slide, this one. We have two methods to compute, that is simple method or product method. Product method is basically used to compute irregular intervals. Product method will be utilized in case when partner is doing irregular drawings. Here is irregular drawing, have example this one. Not this one, take this one, it is a little better. Here's in the question, in a partnership, partner charge interest on drawing at the rate of 15%. It means interest on drawing will be 15%. During the year ended 31st March 2020, partners drawings were 1st May 2000, 1st August 5000, 30th September 2000, 31st January 6000, 31st March 2000. The amount is unequal and time period between two drawings are also not equal. So it is termed as irregular drawing. In case of irregular drawing, we will use the product method. In product method, in the first column we will write the date, then we will write the amount, and in the next column we will write number of month up to the date on which we closes our accounts, that is 31st March 2020. So first drawing is made on 1st May 2019 of rupees 2000. From this date to the date 31st March 2020, the month will be 11 months. From next date, that is 1st August 19, the month will be 8, onward 6, 2, and one drawing is made on 31st March 20, and there is no gap between these two. So time period will be 0. Now multiply the amount with the time period. You will get this column, and the total is known as this. In order to compute the interest, the formula will be, which is not written here, I am speaking it, write the formula, it is total product, this one 86,000 into R by 100, like here it is written total drawing, right here total product into R by 100, that is rate by 100, into 1 by 12, into 1 by 12. So total product is 86,000, rate 15 by 100, time 1 by 2. You will do this, the result will be the interest on drawing. How will compute the interest on drawing as per product method under irregular drawing. Now in case of regular drawing, how will compute the interest on drawings? In case of interest on drawing which is regular, it means amount is uniform, time interval between two drawings are also uniform, then we will apply this one. If any of these two conditions are violated, then we will follow the product method only. But if these two conditions are satisfied, then we can compute interest in a just in a single line. In this single line you can compute the interest. How will you compute the interest? Formula is interest on drawing is equals to total drawing into R by 100, that is rate by 100, into average period divided by 12. So total drawing, as per the statement of the question, we can easily compute. Rate will always be there in the question, and this average time period we have to compute, and which is very easy. Which is very easy. It is just simply month left after first drawing plus month left after last drawing. Add these two values divided by 2, you will get the average time period. Suppose in situation, if a partner withdraw fixed amount in the beginning of every month, if he withdraw in the beginning of each month, the formula will be total drawing into R by 100 into average period divided by 12. In this case, how it comes to 6.5. So as per the average period, month left after first drawing, so he is drawing beginning of every month. It means 1st April, 1st May, 1st June, 1st July, 1st August, 1st September. So first drawing is made on 1st April. From that date the to 31st March, the time period will be 12 month. And the last drawing which the partner is made is on 1st March, because he is drawing at the beginning of each month. It will be 1 month. So from first month time period, from first drawing, and from last drawing time period, that is 1 month. Add these two, 13 divided by 2, amount will be 6.5 month. So this will be the at the beginning of each month. Same in case of we can compute at the end of every month. For at the end of each month, he will make the drawing on 30th April, 31st May, 30th June, 31st July, 31st August. So from the first drawing, the time period will be 11 month, and last drawing will be on 31st March. Time period will be 0, because we have to compute interest on that date. So 11 divided by 2, that is 5.5 month if partner is drawing at the end of each month. If partner is withdrawing at the middle of every month, suppose 15th April, 15th May, 15th June, 15th July, 15th onward. So from first drawing, the time period will be 11.5 month, and last drawing of the year will be on 15th March, and time period left is half month. So it will be 12 divided by 2, that is 6. You can also do or learn it with the with this table which I have drawn here, that in monthly, if a partner drawing at the beginning of each month, time period will be 6.5, middle it will be 6, at the end it will be 5.5. If a partner is drawing quarterly, the quarters are, there are 4 quarters in a year, that is January, April, May, June, first quarter. Second is July, August, September. Third is October, November, December, and fourth is January, February, March. If the partner is drawing at the beginning of each quarter, then the average time period will be 7.5. If partner is drawing in the middle, that is in case of first quarter, April, May, June, he drawings in June. In second quarter, he drawn in August. In third quarter, he drawn on in November. In last quarter, he have drawn in Feb. So it is a middle, so time period will be 6, and at the end it will be 4.5. This is the time period how we will take. I am also discussing with this slide how we'll compute, how we have computed these values, that is interest on drawing. I'm discussing the complete interest on drawing in this format. Case 1, when date of drawing is not given. If date of drawing is not given in the question, it is a very easy question. Interest on drawing will be amount of drawing into R by 100 into 6 by 12. If date is not given, just write 6 by 12. If date is not given, but here is written, you are reading correctly, date is given. If date is given, I'm discussing about if date is not given in the question. Not given, just simply 6 and half, 6 by 12, that is half year. If date is given, then each drawing into time period. For example, Ram's drawing is 20,000 on 1st July 18. Mohan withdraw 10,000 on 1st December 18. Interest in capital, if we calculate interest on 31st March, or we closes our accounts on 31st March. So here very simple, 20,000 into rate, that is 12 by 100 into from July it will be 9 months, 9 by 12, and from December it will be 4 months, so 4 by 12. 10,000 into 12% into 4 by 12 will be the interest on drawing in this case. If not, time is not given, like in this question, the time period will be 6 and half, simply. In case 3, I have also given the example, you can read it. In case 3, when date of drawing is not given in the question, but word average rate of interest is given. Average rate of interest is given. What is it? I'm reading. Rohit, Ramit and Sumit were partners sharing profit and loss in ratio 9:1. Ramit withdraw 50,000 and Sumit withdraw 30,000 during the year. Again, time is not given. Calculate interest on drawing when average rate of interest on drawing is 8% per annum. If it is written that average rate of interest on drawing is 8%, then we will not consider the time period. Interest on drawing will be amount of drawing into average rate, that is 8 by 100. There is no utilization of time period because time is not given, and in this case if average rate is given, we will not consider time period. Next case, when annual drawing and annual rate of interest on drawing is given in question. Like here is annual drawing partners 80,000 and 20,000. Annual rate of interest on drawing is 9%. Calculate interest on drawing. Point to be noted here, 9% only. There is no per annum word. If per annum is given, we will consider the time. If per annum is not given, we will not consider the time. We will simply take the drawing, that is 80,000 into 9 by 100, rate into 100. So in two cases, if rate is not given, we will directly compute the interest, and if rate is given without per annum word, we will directly compute the interest. And if per annum is given, time is not given, and average rate of interest is given, then we will do uh, like the in this case also. So in case 3, in case 4, there is a minor difference only. Next, if there is an irregular drawing, I have explained you what method will be utilized and how it is used. This is the amount and balance and date is given. You can compute the interest like I have explained in the example illustration. Next type is if there is a regular drawing, and drawing is on a monthly drawing. Monthly drawing I have explained कि if drawing is made at the beginning, is at the beginning of every month, then first drawing is on 1st April, last drawing is on 31st March. So, and we are closing our accounts on 31st March. So, time period will be, for first drawing it will be 12, for last drawing it will be 1 month, divide by 2, 6 and half if a partner withdrawn at the beginning of every month. Here is the formula: total drawing R by 100 into time period 6 and half into 1 by 12. If we drawing at the end of every month, then 30th April to 30th 1st March, time period will be 11 month, and for last it will be 0 month. So divide by 2, 5.5. Here is the formula for interest on drawing. If partner is drawing in the middle of every month, then here's the dates are given. For first drawing it will be 11 and half month, for last it will be half month. So 12 divided by 2, you will get the value is 6. So this is the formula for interest on drawing. In summary, this is for beginning, this for middle, and this for end. How will compute the time period, average time period? Here's a question. Try the question, and any doubt, ask in comment box. Thereafter, if partner are drawing quarterly, quarter 1 as I have explained, quarter 2, quarter 3 and quarter 4. So 1 year have 4 quarters, 1 quarter have 3 months. Again here we are taking the question, if the partner is drawing in the middle of every quarter, in the beginning of every quarter, then it will be 1st April, 1st July for second quarter, 1st October for third quarter and 1st Jan for fourth quarter. First drawing is here, last drawing is here. Average time for first is 12 months, for last is 3 months from Jan. So it will be divided by 2. So average time period will be 7.5. If the partner is drawing at the beginning of each quarter, here is the formula to compute the same. If partner is drawing at the end of every quarter, so in first quarter he will withdraw the amount on 30th June. For second quarter it will be 30th September. For third quarter it will be 31st December. For last quarter it will be 31st March. So first drawing is here and last drawing is here. We are closing accounts on 31st March. So time period will be, for first drawing it will be 9 months, for last drawing it will be no months, 0. Divided by 2, average is 4.5. This is the formula if a partner withdraw at the end of each quarter. For middle also we have in the middle, that is 15th May, 15th August, 15th November and 15th Feb. So from first drawing, from last drawing time period, divide by 2, you will get the average time period, that is 6. So this is the formula to compute interest on drawing in case of partner drawing in the middle of each quarter. And here's the summary at the beginning, middle and end. In the time period 7.5, 6 and 4.5. Here's a question to practice, and this is what I have explained you in the summary format in the table. Now if there is a half yearly drawing, then don't take attention, just the time period I have explained how to compute time period. Just follow this, there will be no problem if amount of drawing are equal. That is, when drawings are made in the beginning of half year, that is 1st April September first half and 1st October to 31st, that is second half. First drawing April 1st and last drawing is 1st October. So time period will be, from first drawing it will be 12 month, from last it will be 6 month, 1st October to 31st March. Average is 9. So formula will be here, time period is 9 by 12. Same in the same way, if we withdraw at the end of half year, then in first 6 month he will withdraw last 31st, and in second it will be 31st March. Time period will be, from first it will be 6 month, from last it will be 0, average is 3. Same if he is mid drawing in the middle, then it will be from April to September, the middle will be July 1st and here Jan 1st. Time period again, from first it will be 9 month, from last it will be 3 month, average will be 6. This is if half yearly drawing is made. It means a partner have withdrawn only 2 times in a year, at the beginning of each half year, middle of half year and at the end of half year, and time will be 9, 6 and 3. Here's the question to practice on the above concept. In the same way, if we have 5 months, first 5 months of drawing, if we have last 8 months of drawing, if we have it is solution or any or last 8 months solution, or gap of 2 months, similarly formula can be derived. It means if we have understood the above topics, we can compute the formula for everything. The formula is very simple. It is interest on drawing is equals to total drawings, whatever be the consideration, into r by 100 into average time into 1 by 12. Average time is only the thing we have to compute, and this is the way how I explain. You can do in the case of 5 month also. For example, this is the these are two examples for first 5 months drawing and last 8 months drawing. In starting 5 months and last 8 months. You can also do first 5 months, first 6 month, or last 6 month as per the requirement of the question. I think you have noted the question. I am going to show the solution for it. X is drawing 6,000 at the beginning of every month for first 5 months. Let's take the example. At the beginning, it will be first. So, and we are computing accounts on 31st March. From the first date, it will be 12 months, first drawing. From the last drawing, it will be 8 months. Average will be 10. So, formula will be interest on drawing, that is total drawing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 months. Amount is 6,000. So 5 into 6,000, 30,000 into r by 100, whatever the rate is, into time period is 10. 10 into 1 by 12. This is the way how we'll compute the formula or average time period in all these cases. This is a case 1, case 2, and case 3. Okay, how we'll compute the average time period. How we'll compute the average time period in order to compute interest on drawing. Same in the last 8 months. Sometime in the question it is asked, it is given that partners are withdrawing drawing during first 6 months, or partners are withdrawing last 6 months on a monthly basis. Then in this way you can compute the average time period and can calculate interest on drawing in each cases. Here is case 2. Here is case 3, average time period. And here is a question for practice. You can practice upon how we'll compute for last 6 months, and you can do these question by assuming first 6 months. You will definitely try how we'll compute the interest on drawing in all different cases. That is regular drawing, when there is an irregular drawing, product method should be utilized, and if there is regular drawing, then these method will be applied, and it is very easy. Total drawing, we can compute from the question. Rate of interest is given. We have to just compute this value, that is average time, and into 1 by 12 is always there. So I think it is clear to all. And here's the illustration and examples. Time period is given, compute all this. So now after understanding all the topics which I have explained, you can do all the questions. I think the topic is clear to you, and must try these questions from the book. Whatever book you have, I'm not saying to do from this book. You can do from any book. And this is the entry in case of capital account are fixed, and in case of capital accounts are fluctuating. So you can do the entries as I explained in previous just before the introduction of the numerical questions. So you can easily compute how it is computed, and how people preparation is prepared, and how intentional drawing and all other things will be shown. I think it is clear to all. Thank you.